Welcome to the Composer's Corner. How did it affect your career? Did you have to carry the Stallone name with you?
Well, I didn't see it coming. I was the one in the family that I was a musician, singer since I was this big. So let's set the scenario. You're a musician, at that point, 13 years professional. You're living in an $85 a month roach-infested apartment in Trenton, New Jersey. You have the only life you have is your band. They're like my brothers. They're like my buddies, my band. And the ego we have is playing, going out and being really good, and we have this thing with our records, things are going to happen. But before that, my brother called, said, hey, listen, I'm doing this boxing movie. It's, low budget. It was so low budget, they came from California to Philly by train, the whole movie crew. That's low budget. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only guy, obviously the only reason I'm in the movie, I'm the only musician he knows. It's a low budget movie, so I figured, okay, I'll do it. And I was playing the song in my band, waiting for his movie to be made or something. Fast forward a year later, almost, there's this buzz going on. Little Rocky, I don't know. Now, where's the handbook that says, okay, your out of work brother, actor, who's done a few movies, virtually unknown to the world and the whole thing, in 1 year will be the most famous actor in the world. And his movie that you thought wouldn't be released is going to be nominated for 10 Academy Awards. Okay. There's no handbook for that. All of a sudden, I'm playing in bars, and I'm seeing people go. I see his mouth like, people pointing at me like now, which they never did before. They point at me if I was, dressed weird or something, but it wasn't like, and all these people coming in the club to see us that I didn't see before, like older, like real Guidos, people I wouldn't even talk to. They're real greaseballs, right?
They want to talk
and
to
the
you.
girls like with the hey, how you doing? So all of a sudden it's like in the beginning, hey man, is Sylvester Stallone? Yeah man, cool. First few weeks, hey, it's Rocky, man, it's your brother. And all of a sudden, now I'm starting to get irritated because now they're not even talking to me anymore. So in other words, you're here, but they talk over you. It's like, so it's not even like, hey Frank, how you doing? It's like, hey man, how's Rocky? So in other words, you become a non-person, and you have to understand, it's identity theft. All of a sudden, you vanish. Yeah. It's like there's no way. How do you compete with a movie that's nominated for 10 Academy Awards from an unknown actor? Yeah. And here I am, playing guitar, and I was the one that was scripts around before he made it, going, hey man, when I make it with my band, I'm going to front his scripts. So I was the guy I thought was going to do that, and I was going to help out and all that stuff. So, but now it's all of a sudden just like a tourist thing, like tourist trap.
Sure.
Like here's Rocky's brother, and I says, so they didn't mention anything about the band.
No.
I think he's cuter than you. That kind of stuff. And they're like, oh man. So what happens is you become kind of a non-person, and now you start getting resentful because it's not even like, hey Frank, how you doing, man? I love the show tonight, man. Yeah, I love your brother too. You both are great. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's famous. Of course you're gonna like him. So that happened, and it broke the band up because now all of a sudden we play these bars that we were playing before, and we come pulling up, and they say, Frank Stallone, Rocky's brother with Valentine. Like, oh man! Now you have to understand, we've been together.
So now their identity's getting stripped down too.
Well, it's like now they're like my backup band.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Frank Stallone and Valentine.
Yeah, and I didn't ask them to do it. These club owners, these idiots would do it, and I'm embarrassed by it. Yeah. So, and that happened. So then after a while, it was horrible. It went from doing Midnight Special, Dinah Shore Show, Merv Griffin Show, all these big shows. And by the time Rocky stayed out there for a while, okay, but within a half a year, we were playing dives, playing nothing. It's all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, we couldn't get Rocky, we'll get his brother, okay, that's done, he's on to something else. And remember, his next movie bombed. Fist, okay? So now, he's kind of in the same dilemma, but not quite. But now, what do? I'm at the prime of my life. I'm 25, 24 years old. I'm at the prime of my life, and all of a sudden, this happens. And there's no handbook to tell you, this is the pitfalls, don't do this, don't do that. How do I know?